It's the new Hot 93.3. It's Scotty and Brett. You heard just a moment ago. We're doing a live blind date in the studio for Valentine's Day, which means we had Joe and Leslie called in and said, hey, ready to put ourselves out there, meet someone new, meet someone I've never met before, and come into your weird studio cafe. And while all these people are walking in and out and you're serving us breakfast sandwiches, have a little date.
And you, just moments ago, like Scotty said, you heard like their first impressions, which were real and organic and raw and nervous and actually kind of cute. And so they've been on this date now for an hour, and we're going to bring each of them in separately.
Confession style.
Yeah, so they can be honest and not feel intimidated and give their real opinion of how their date went from their perspective.
Yep. All right, Joe. So we're going to start with you, Joe. How do you think it's going so far with Leslie?
I mean, it's going well. She's bubbly, she's fun, she's interesting, she's got lots of things to talk about. So it's definitely not dull.
Not dull, that's good. What are some of the things that you guys have talked about so far?
We talked about each other's professions. We talked about her son.
What does she do for a living?
She is an attorney's assistant, so
Okay,
apparently...
you remembered making sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she has a son?
Yeah.
What's her son's name? 8?
She didn't tell me her son's name.
Aim. Okay, cool.
But he's 8. He plays football. She said he's an all-star. You know, every woman should feel that way about her son, you know?
Yeah, so she learned.
Great answer.
Good, okay.
Great answer. Anything that you saw in these conversations that might make you go, I could love this woman?
No.
No love.
Now, was there something about her that maybe was a turnoff to you that maybe she could even learn from dates? Like on a first date, you probably shouldn't do this.
Oh, good
I didn't like when your body language. Was there anything personally that you felt like was a turnoff for other men that maybe she can learn from?
No, I mean, I'm not going to take shots at her because she's just not my type of woman.
Okay,
you know,
she's
got a child, and you know, she's just not who I'm looking for. So I'm
is
pretty
that a
picky.
deal breaker for you? Is that
absolutely.
The kid thing is? Okay.
I mean, can I ask
deal
why?
breaker? No, but it's definitely something. It's a contributing factor.
Okay. That's a fair answer. I think it's an honest answer. I think
it's a really honest answer.
It's the real life in dating out there. People have kids, and you have to either be part of it or not want to be part of that situation. And you're forthcoming with your information.
So for you, probably not a second date.
Probably not. We could be friends though. I mean, we could go hang out and have a good time, but I'm not going to lead her on to think that I want to go get into a relationship now.
All right.
And before we bring Leslie in, because we're going to bring her in here in 3 minutes, do you think she will say the same thing, or do you think she would want a second date with you?
I don't want to be conceited and say she's going to want a second date, but I don't think she's not going to say she wants a second
so
date.
you think she would want a second date with you?
He's like, I'm pretty fly. I don't know. Leslie is here. Good morning, Leslie.
Good morning.
You're smiling still. That's a good sign. Now you just spent some time with Joe. How do you think it went in there?
Well, there was a time where I couldn't figure out what he was looking at behind me. So I kept turning around and there was just a wall. And it finally dawned on me that I think he was looking at himself the entire time.
In the reflection in the window?
because you can see the reflection,
Yeah, there was nothing but a wall behind me. So I was like, that was a little uncomfortable, I'm not going to lie.
So did you think Joe was more into himself than you?
A little bit.
Yeah?
A little bit, yeah. He talked about himself a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask what kind of things you guys talked about from your perspective.
So he told me that he had just moved here 2 months ago from Louisiana, I think kind of escaping something bad
Some sort of situation.
Some sort of situation he needed to get out of. So we talked about that.
Okay.
We talked about what he did for a living.
What does he do for a living?
A lot of stuff.
Okay. Do you know what those were?
He works on some movie sets. He is a courier. There was something else. He just said odds and ends.
Okay.
Type thing.
Nothing that super interested you, obviously.
Just so you know, he did know what you did for a living.
He remembered.
So, yeah, he did remember. We asked the same question.
Okay.
And he knew how old your son was.
Yeah. My son is awesome.
8 years old.
He goes, yeah, son is
8 years old is a fun age.
All-star, he said.
Yeah,
That's
he's a little football star.
That's awesome. Now, so when it came down to it, what do you think? Do you think there would be a second date from you?
I'm going to have to go with no on this one.
That was a big no.
He just was a lot younger than me, I think. Maybe not even year-wise, but maturity-wise, it seemed like there was a huge gap there.
Yeah.
Sweet guy. Very good-looking guy. So, girls, if you're out there and you're looking for somebody.
Trying to hawk off your date.
Now, do you think, so beyond, so we said he talks about himself a lot. That's one of the reasons he'll never get a second date. Do you think he would want a second date with you? What do you think he said when we asked him, do you want a second date with Leslie?
I'm going to have to say yes, because he made a couple of comments to that effect.
Really?
He made a comment that he liked older women. I mean, I don't know. I could be way off. He could be like, no, but I would say yes.